Good evening and welcome to this week's Green Room, and an air of relief has just come over my two guests because we're actually up and running. And I didn't get to, what I usually do is to tell a joke before we come on, right? And it's usually a dirty joke, but it's two ladies I have this evening, so I can't tell the dirty joke that they told me already. But I will tell Dave and the rest of them, and Mika later on. Instantly, Mika is our guest next week. And she's going to be talking about all working in the studio here with us for the last 6 months. She's from Germany. She's taken over the whole place, but she's going to be leaving us soon. So Mika, be ready for next week. But now I have Kathy and Karina. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Hello, Paul.
Told you. Look, we have
the poster.
Yeah, see?
Oh, that's really cool.
Isn't that good?
And Paul, the reason that you didn't tell us a dirty joke is because we've heard them all before.
No.
Yes.
Well, actually, before we came on, I seen a race between two silkworms. Mm-hmm. It ended in a tie.
Oh, ba-dum-bum. You're the drummer now.
Did you hear about the drums that fell over the cliff?
No. Oh, no.
The girls have been very, very brave and have started up their own. Is it a theatre company or production company?
Well, it's hard to say, Paul. This is kind of a first venture for myself and Kathy. Mm-hmm. We met maybe just over a year ago. Both very interested in drama, both involved in the local drama scene. And it was coming to a time where we thought, you know what, we'd like to do something. We're feeling a little bit brave. Let's try and do something ourselves, and that is how Crescendo Theatre came about. So this is our very first venture, so who knows where the road will go.
And when you get now we all have ideas, like, and you've carried it on. Everyone was sitting in the pub having a chat and say, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. But you've done it.
This is how it happens.
But, you know,
we talked for a few months, actually, over tea. Every so often we'd have a meet and we'd go, we must do something. And then we'd meet in the pub, we'd say, we definitely must do something. And then it got to the point where we just said, Let's just do it. Yeah, let's just go and do something.
And what's the first step? What do you say, right, who we're going to get, what we're going to do? Venue. There's so much to be thought about, isn't there?
There is. Yeah, we're just discovering that.
Everything, we're just discovering everything at the moment.
Yeah.
I think myself and Karina came up with an idea a good few months ago, and then the more we met up with each other, we decided to talk more about it.
Yeah.
And then we kind of pinned down the idea, and then we were thinking of actors, wasn't it? And so we had a few people in mind, so we asked them, and they jumped on board. And
so we've been very lucky.
And you have a great team, because we know
team.
Johnny and Ray and everybody that's involved.
And Shane Carl,
You have people that have really great experience.
I mean, the thing is, there's a beautiful pool of people doing things in Cavan at the minute, and that's been thanks to a lot of things, which is active drama groups, the Gonzo Theatre. We have, all the different productions that they did. We have the Hacklers, we have the TLC.
Theatre Lab Cavan.
And they've been having great workshops, and they've some projects coming up themselves. So there's been really, for the last couple of years, it's been non-stop.
Brilliant.
Even the Tom Waits show, which you have as one of your things. And actually, it's funny because the Tom Waits show is something like, we hope it to be a big show and a nice show and something, along the lines of that, a little different.
Yeah. See, Dave's listening to me now. I can blow my own trumpet here, because I have done Shakespeare with Karina Charles.
Oh, yes, we did do that.
We have done Shakespeare together. None of this.
That was actually this time 2 years ago. We did it in June 2 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so.
I was 19.
You were 19, Paul. You haven't got a line.
You were 16.
Yeah. We're both as vibrant
Oil of
as
Ugly,
ever.
it works wonders.
Yeah. But it's no different to Cavan TV. How did Cavan TV come around? It was an idea somebody had, and you just have to... Sometimes you have an idea and you never do anything about it, and you possibly regret it. So we decided, look...
Let's do it.
Let's go and do it, and... let's see how it goes.
And when you say Crescendo Theatre, is there a permanent home as yet? Is there somewhere you could call home?
Her house and my house.
Yes, exactly.
But that's how it starts.
The kitchens and the
kitchens.
Computers.
That's simple.
Just simple.
Started off simple.
And the way it was, we started off with an idea for a production. What would we like to do? And we've chosen what we're doing our piece on. It's called Love ... And it is on this May in Cavan Town Hall, the 18th and 19th of May. And it basically started with an idea of looking at poetry. And myself and Kathy, neither of us, I don't think, would claim to be poetry buffs, or nobody would know us as this. But we started looking at poetry of different poets that are from Ireland and also overseas. And we came up with a list of 5 poets that have very different kind of styles of poetry. And we decided we're going to create a show out of this. Bring these poems to life, because...
So it's an original show,
it is
such?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So using the words of James Joyce, Emily Dickinson, William Butler Yeats, William Shakespeare and Lady Gregory. And we have a nice Irish flavour to it, but also an international flavour. And also, poetry is something people sometimes read and go, oh God, no, I don't like poetry. But what we're trying to do with our show is using the poems, bring them to life using everything, using movement, spoken word, some song, shadow dancing, all of those kind of things, a little bit of multimedia projectors, and kind of giving it a real feast for the senses and for the eyes. And that's what we're hoping to achieve.
And who's directing?
Now this is the good one.
This is a good one, yeah.
Everybody.
Myself and Karina are directing. Now at the moment Karina's directing. We basically, when we started off, because we had this vision, it's kind of quite hard, wasn't it, to explain it to somebody. So we said, right, we'll try and be in it and direct at the same time.
Yeah. That's hard. That's hard.
It is,
That's hard.
Because you're on stage and you have to get down there as well.
So I mean, and the team that we have with Ray and Johnny and Shane, and they've been fantastic. They've all brought in their ideas, the other three actors, and they've given us lots of ideas and some brilliant ideas, which has helped us along. And so we've just basically decided that I'd step out for a while now and keep an eye, just cast an eye over the work that we've done and try and bring it together with some music. And we've an original soundtrack as well. Brendan Munnelly from Cavan Town. He's playing keyboard and different sounds and synthesized. And it's really, even in the last week, brought it to life and made it a show, I suppose, is how you describe it.
Right, so you've got the director. I know I'm going backwards on this, but how about casting? How did you get on with the casting? Because, like you say, you've serious talent there. Ray, Johnny, Shane,
Ray and Shane, just to say, they're Ray Fitzsimons and Shane Carr. They're the guys that did Begrudgers with the Gonzo Theatre, Philip Doherty and Finn Keenan, and so they have a lot of experience. And they were both. Ray was in Midsummer Night's Dream with us, and then we have Johnny and Kathy, who've done a recent production together with Kevin O'Connor from Cavan here called Troubled Conversations, and Johnny had done Endgame, Beckett's Endgame with the Hacklers drama group here as well. So like that, you were in the
Devil's
Cayley, which was Philip.
Yeah, Philip Doherty from the Gonzo as well. Yeah. So it's just like, generally we had an idea when we actually nailed down the poets who we kind of wanted as well, so we rang them up.
It was a case as well that with limited time and limited resources, we kind of had, it was one of those things where if we were a production company, the beautiful thing would be to have auditions and do all those things. But when you're kind of a little bit, when you feel like, I need to know these people so that we know we can work together, and we've all worked together in various productions, and it just felt like the natural thing, and we're all in the same kind of area at the minute. We're all home as well and free, so that's also very important that people have the time to commit, because it's a big commitment. You wouldn't
it's massive.
Imagine the hours that are put in.
We've been in rehearsing every day, I'd say, for the last 3 weeks, from 9 to 5 every day.
And Paul, the rhythm is a good day, a bad day, good day, a bad day. So
I will say that every week when we have people on about plays and stuff like that, everybody sees the final thing and say, "God, that's great crack." They're great crack doing that, but nobody sees the time and effort that goes into it.
You wouldn't do it if you didn't love it. And if you weren't a complete extrovert in some way.
Thank God I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, come on, semi-retired for a few months.
That's that extrovert business. No, I can't.
No, you're not into that.
Don't know how them people do it.
I don't know how to do it. But you have to have a love of performance and being on a stage and delivering something.
Definitely.
And part of that is the whole process of it coming together. So we've been very lucky. We've only had 5 or 6 major rows.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's
so
not bad.
Two black eyes, and everybody's happy, and a dog running around. So everything's been
the dog.
Good. Yeah.
Is the dog in the show?
No, actually, but we're thinking
is
maybe.
the dog in the
maybe
show?
Chicken.
The dog in the way.
No. Both, Paul, both. But she's my dog, so we can't say
and
that.
Come here, as the story loved, is there a link to each segment? Is it kind of a... come on, Kathy, come on, come on.
No, I think
Is this trade secret now? Is it a come and see?
It's a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you're doing something like that, as abstract as picking poems from various poets, all from different backgrounds and different genders. I mean, even Emily Dickinson, who is, you know what I mean. So it's exploring all of those poetry of all of those pieces, and then like that, trying to weave in a story that almost makes sense, so that it's something that can be watched, and each individual piece can be enjoyed. Although, hopingly, that we have linked in using one key character who is kind of almost like the little narrator who slips in and out. So it's been...
And how did you resource the material? Because that's work in itself.
Yeah.
Weeks of work as well,
yeah. That's sitting and saying... You're basically editing as you're going along, saying... Yeah, that's great, but will it work? And
this is it, and researching and looking, and like that, as we say, we're not poetry buffs, so that was the big challenge, was trying to read and digest all this poetry and try and make sense of it for ourselves. And the thing that I find, if I read a poem, the first time I read it I go, what? And then the second time or third time, I'll start to actually see the vision of what the poem is around. But in drama, you've only got one shot.
Yeah.
So we have to do, just present it once and see what you need to do with it to bring it to life, or that we see it's brought to life.
It's the way with a lot of plays too, because I remember when we did Midsummer Night's Dream,
Yeah.
there was parts of it I was going, oh, it makes completely different sense to what I thought it was.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realise. And that was after maybe like 2 weeks rehearsals. Do you know what I mean? Or 3 weeks
Just like,
rehearsals.
I'll never get that bit.
The last night, you
Yeah.
went, oh yeah, I know what
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
now. I'm only getting it now. Yeah, so
It's the same with poems, so that's what we were saying. Like, for even someone else on the outside reading the script, they probably go, God. all
Yeah,
these
well, we
poems."
Oh, yeah.
But to bring them on their feet and workshop them and bring them out is just something completely different, and that's
Yeah.
what we're trying to do.
And what about after this now? This is going to be a success.
yes, absolutely,
Oh,
Paul.
yes.
Yes.
Well, first of all, funding. Did you get funding from anybody? Or
We did, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
the Cavan Arts Council
Brilliant.
have been
Yeah,
very.
we
They
did.
would give us some money just to get a float together to do some.
That's
bits and
Katrina.
pieces.
Well, Katrina's
That's Katrina the Arts.
fantastic.
Yeah,
It really is.
yeah, absolutely. It's lovely to be supported, and I mean, I think that was the thing for us as well. Was you have a vision, but when you're asking almost people to give their time for nothing, it's goodwill. I mean, because we're all rehearsing and we don't have money to pay anyone
Yeah.
or whatever, and people are very, especially, and that was part of the, I suppose, the casting choice as well. Is we have these people who we've worked with before in this capacity,
Yes,
and goodwill goes a long way. And when you love it, you know, you'll do it anyway, kind of thing, and see hopefully that it'll be a successful on the nights that you do it.
It will.
Yeah.
Are you involved in anything else? Because I know actors and people are like, you could have 3 things going on at the same time.
You nearly have to by times.
Yeah, of course. Just
You know,
keep
you
it
just...
going.
you
Of course,
say,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can't go to the rehearsal for that tonight. I'm going to the
Yeah.
rehearsal for something else
Well,
tonight.
Yeah, well, there's been lots going on. You're
Yeah.
actually, Karina's in the, well, she can speak, you're in the
Oh
show
yeah.
at the moment.
Well, I'm just finishing up for Club and County,
Yeah.
and it's been a long
I'll
6
get that.
months.
That's
Are you
this
coming to
day,
it,
yeah,
Paul?
That's this
Great.
Thursday night,
Yeah,
yeah.
this Thursday night in
Yeah.
the back of the Thomas Ashe. So we've basically toured GA clubs and theatres all around Ireland. We've been in not
I
far
am
off
that
every
player.
county.
I
You
am
are that player.
I am that Paul
Did
Cox.
you see the? You were
I
in
am
the
that
play.
Paul, yeah.
Your
It's
name
me.
is in the play.
in this week, the poster comes out.
Yeah,
Me in the kit
yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Cox.
with the ball,
Oh,
ball
Paul,
boy.
will you come dressed up as a footballer?
I will.
Will ya?
Balls in
And just
hand.
run
You
across.
watch.
I'd love that. That'd be great. Now we can have just have fun with the last
Might
night.
just do that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Save it even for the end. Come
Yeah,
out at the
just
end.
walk out. We might just do that. Crescendo. Where'd
Yes.
the name
Yeah.
come from?
You were talking about something one day.
Did it come from Paddy Heineken?
No, Karina was talking about something one day, and I was going, "That's it." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Crescendo." We were talking about something.
We were actually
to do
talking about
with
the
poems.
piece and what, you know, that thing of having like the nice quiet still moments
Yeah.
within a piece and then having the bigger moments. And I was saying, you know, like the big crescendo, and then Catherine was like, "Yep, that's it. That's what we go with." So we
that's
just
Great name.
it's a nice name,
Yeah.
yeah.
On
I
the
mean,
rise.
it
Yeah.
also gives you that thing of you need to live up to a name like that as well. So
Start small, Karina.
So yeah, start
Yeah.
small. But I mean, so I'd just like to say to people that this is something different as
Yes.
well. It's kind of it's a dramatization of poetry, but it's bringing poetry to life,
Yeah.
and it's for somebody. I mean, Dickinson. I think Dickinson and Shakespeare and Yeats are all on the Leaving Cert curriculum as well. So they, you know, it could be interesting for even students of 15,
Schools.
16, 17,
Yes.
that age group, schools, you know, kind of thing as well. And it's going to be a really, really nice show, I think.
Plus, we've got
Yeah.
Annie June Galligan doing the animation, and Rosie.
And Rosie Cole are doing a lot of
yeah.
projections for us and that
so
kind of
it's
thing.
absolutely amazing the work
Yeah.
they've been doing.
And
Really
that's what's
nice.
lovely when you're doing something, is seeing the pieces coming together.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really,
Yeah.
really is.
Well, we wish you all the best, girls.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Told
much.
you it'd be quick, didn't I?
Is that it
it's
over?
That's,
No, Paul.
I'm being shouted at in here. You've gone over the time. You see, it's all right for sporty people to go over the time, isn't it? Music and us. No, that's enough of that. Go on.
Well, listen, just to say to people again, Cavan Town Hall.
Hey, up. Tell.
Cavan Town Hall. On
the 18th.
Saturday the 18th, Sunday the 19th of May. Tickets are €12, available from Multisound. You'll be seeing our posters all around the town and surrounding towns around Cavan. In the
Facebook.
next week, we're on Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Crescendo Theatre on Facebook as well. So that's just gone up in the last 2 weeks.
Brilliant.
So
So check
you can
us
find
out,
all the
please.
information on that.
I think it's
Fantastic.
well worth the view.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kathy and Karina, and
Thank
we'll
you.
be back after this, and we'll have a review of the show when it comes on, because we're going along to see it as well. Back right after this break. Thank you.